We're talking about the mid-year office market summary. So what's the headline? What's the news?
More of the same, really what we anticipated. Downtown market continues to struggle. Vacancy rates went up nearly 5 points, and the suburbs are starting to rebound, showing their first signs of absorption in the past 7 reports.
Well, what's going on to the northwest? I mean, who's taking that space?
You're seeing some energy companies backfill former other energy company space, but you're also seeing insurers and others moving in. There's a corporation here in town just sold their building that'll be moving into the northwest submarket in the next couple of months. So that's another, it's not a huge deal, but it's 25,000 square feet.
With it taking fewer people to run an E&P company, basically.
Yeah.
That's not news anymore. I mean, we're learning to cope with that, but has that resulted in any startups? Is it any easier to have a startup because it takes fewer people in the front office?
Well, your overhead costs are lower in that regard, yeah, both in terms of salaries and office rent.
Have the people that haven't gotten their jobs back, what are they doing? Do you feel like they're just leaving, or are they finding another?
I think depending on what their level of expertise are, a lot of them have come back. Others, whether they're administrative or accountants, they've probably found other positions elsewhere.
Let's go back to downtown. Just name some names. I mean, what's the big thing?
Well, the Bank First announcement's huge. That really saves Cotter Tower. That will take a building that's nearly half empty to a building that's almost full, just with their own transition, I think.
Is the feel that the city's going to work with them?
Oh, sure.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's only smart on the part of the city, whether they're an existing company or somebody coming into town, when you can save a building that was basically on the verge of being the same position as First National Center was. We don't need that downtown, and you've got a great corporate citizen in Bank First that's going to take on the building and do great things with it.
I'm kind of bouncing around here, but talk about Building 13. What's going on with that in Chesapeake?
Sure. Building 13 is one of the more modern-looking buildings on the east side of Classen Boulevard. There's been speculation for quite some time that Chesapeake might make those available for third-party leasing. If you do the math on Chesapeake's employment totals, you can tell they've got excess space. I think it's a natural move. I think if they're able to lease that building, you may see them just maybe work down Classen Boulevard, see if they can lease more of those buildings.
Are they, how are they handling that? Do they have an in-house?
No, that's an outside broker. They've hired somebody here in town to deal with that for them.
Okay. That's an odd building for them. I mean,
well,
it doesn't fit the Georgian architecture of the whole campus.
There's really two halves of that campus, though. Everything on the east side of Classen is the more modern, contemporary style building, which frankly, they're probably more efficient than the Georgian style or Williamsburg style look that they had across the way.
Oklahoma State University style is what that is.
Duke, I think. You want to say Oklahoma State, we'll go with that.
Anything bad?
That would be rural Georgian. Just that, frankly, I think there's still quite a bit more space downtown, vacant or empty than is reported as vacant. I think there's as much as another 600,000–700,000 square feet out there right now that's not being used, it's not showing up or being reported as vacant space. If you add that in, I can make the case that 33% of the space downtown is unoccupied.
And companies still come in and build their own new place.
Yes, they do.
What's the deal with that? I mean, everybody wants to build their own house if they can, rather than buy
sure.
one.
You don't have to live in somebody else's house. It wasn't necessarily built for you, and you want the most efficient building you can have. And if you've got a developer that can put it together for you, and the developer still makes money, and you pay a reasonable rate, why not do it?
Still plenty of room.
Yeah.
As compact as this downtown is, it's not tight. I mean,
no, it's not.
There's plenty of space to still go up or sideways.
Yeah.